souls traveling through the universe for the love that they thirst to drink from heaven's waters, holding hands as they fly across the land, realizing the master plan to love each other forever and ever, for better and better. They'll find a way and come to know of the union in souls. In as it's told, God's sons and daughters sail through the water, reaching for the sun, hand in hand, the woman and the man, realizing the master plan to love each other forever and
Do I need to say it? Welcome to Center of Light. You are loved beyond measure. Things are a little gray. Life is not always black and white. Things can be gray. Tonight we're speaking about addiction. Thank you. I won't name you, it's not necessary. Someone suggested I do a show on addiction. I am not a physician. Let's throw that out there right here. That's my disclaimer. However, my claimer is I am a metaphysician. I went through many college. I went to college. I went to this college of the University of Love and Light. So I am a master metaphysician. I don't know anything about addiction in the way of the mainstream or the common thoughts and or practices about addiction. I don't. I know about spiritual energy and divine law and physics. Physically, we all are that in the first place, but we hunker down. We like being grounded into the human experience. That's why we came in the first place. That in and of itself is divine. Somewhere along the way, things get a little black. We leave the white, but also know there is a gray area. That is why you chose to be human in the first place. To be divine and human all at the same time. To find yourself on this side of the fence, this side of the fence, this side of the fence, this side of the fence. And then the gradation, the wobble gets a little less and less and less and less. And then you become your best. You're not the dark nor the light. You are the all, the power, and the might. Somewhere along the way, often many of us lose sight. This is my plight, my offering, my question to you. What do you want? It doesn't matter. I'm looking at my little kitty cat. She's lovely. I just love her. It doesn't matter how heavy you play into the experience of humanity or how light you play in divinity. Just know you can have what you want. And if that's what you want, it's okay. However, if something grabs you by the boo-boo, it's got you hard, and you're still thinking about living in the light or the lighter aspects of humanity, your own humanity, yourself, I'm going to throw you not some nuggets. I'm going to throw you a spiritual steak. You're already salivating, or a spiritual salad if you're vegan. And when I say salad, it's got blue cheese, it's got all the fruit, it's got all the crumbles, it's got all the greens, it's got everything you could possibly want. So your mouth is watering already. I speak to myself when I do this presentation. I have lots of addictions, and I love every one of them. Well, Keith, that sounds like you're in denial. You call it what you like. I am a conscious individual. I do go unconscious. I'm being honest. Can't be a teacher unless you're honest. I enjoy my going into the darker side of myself. But I understand that there's a line. There is a gray line, and I get it in my gray matter. That I get to be divine and human at the same time. And I enjoy it all, and I enjoy myself fully. But I understand consequence. Not right or wrong. Consequence. Fact. Law. You can break the rules, but the law will put you in check. And I don't mean people driving in police cars. The law, the divine law, will always say, take a look at yourself. Many people do take a look at themselves, but they can't see. It's not only important to see, you must look as well. Same on the flip. It's a two-way conversation. People think conversation is speaking and listening. Speaking and listening. This is speaking and listening. Looking is speaking. I'm looking. Seeing is listening. I'm seeing. I'm looking. Offense, defense, hot, cold, good, bad, lead or gold. Do you sell or have you been sold? I've been a musician, still am, many years of my life. You get the point. I've tried, I've lived, I've died in all of it. And through all of it, I found something and it looks like me. I hope you found something and it looks exactly like you. But you have to be honest with it. I do not subscribe whatsoever to the term when someone goes to rehab and they're now on a greater capacity of their actual path, that forever they're cursed with the labeling of themselves, which is, I am an alcoholic, even though they're done with it. I am an alcoholic. I don't subscribe to that whatsoever. I'm not a physician. I'm a metaphysician. You're not an alcoholic. That is so not what you are. That is exactly everything at the bottom of the pile of what you are. What you are is deserving of getting out of any addiction and into self-fulfillment. That's what you are. Your infinite potential self. Not to reach a goal and go, oh my God, I've achieved it, but I'm an alcoholic. Even when you achieve it, you haven't achieved squat until you understand that there is no achieving anything because the possibility of you is infinite. The possibility of you is infinite. So you can never reach your quote goal. So you're not a recovering alcoholic, nor are you an alcoholic. We're going in deep, divers. Let's see what's happening in the rooms. The reason things are black and white tonight is because life can sometimes appear black and white, but there is a lot of gray, 50 shades of gray, because of our past. Everything looks so gloomy and doomy if you are an addict. And not that I or anyone else is calling you an addict. Don't let anyone ever label you that way. But you using this idea and or this term to not to label yourself as squash limited and this is all I will ever be, woe is me. Woe is me. I'm a piece of crap. I am no good. I am not worth anything. Drink, 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 smoke, 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 smack, 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 yak, yak, yak. And because of it, I don't like things and it feels like this. It's kind of a way to try to get out of it by proving to you'll get it. It's okay to be who you are in any moment. How you treat yourself about who you are in every moment is the greatest possibility you will ever have to getting out of your said addiction. Let me say that again. How you treat yourself in every moment about what you have done in your past all the way to recent past to the present moment is the only thing, it's the only window that will ever open to get you out of your situation. No matter how much you're in denial, how much you try, cold turkey, this, that, twerky, I working my ass off, you will continue to work your ass off. Just be honest with yourself. Here's the situation. Do I really want to change it? Yeah, I do, and I struggle. And I am not trivializing your beautiful sacred space. I'm not. That being said, let's look at that one last time and say, okay, now the choice becomes yours. What do you want? It's okay that you continue. It's okay that you don't. Well, Keith, are you really giving me license? I ain't giving you shit. I am saying it's okay that you continue with whatever with you choose. Win, lose, love song or blues, me and all of yous. Good news, bad news, it's the end of the story. So when someone really wants to stop something, be it addiction or anything, there are so many different addictions. I'm going to read them later to blow you away. When you want to stop, you just done. You will know when it's done. How? There's no how will I know when it's done. You will know it when it's done because you will never do it again. You will know it is done when you never do it again. And until then, you will play into the arena of human. Deepak Chopra, spiritual guru, says, paraphrase of course, addiction in the world is a very good sign. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Addiction is a very great sign for the world, of the society, of any planet, any race, whatever. But speaking of us, it's a very good sign. How is it a very good sign? Because it means people are looking for fulfillment. They're looking for fulfillment. Through that, through this, whatever it is, through that, whatever it is. Everyone is looking for fulfillment. We all want to be filled, but we have never often enough stopped to realize the life fire we're looking for is the presence of ourself. Okay, Keith, I understand that. But my body is now hooked, gobsmacked on this particular chemical thing, idea, way of playing with humanity. Not humanity, but my human beingness, being in my folly. Again, how you treat yourself about your folly will be your greatest possibility to your jolly, or you will folly back into yourself over and over, and it creates an ongoing loop, which there can be no escape because the vortex and the whirlpool is too strong. It doesn't matter what you're addicted to. We all have addictions. Here we go. Ready? Sex. Well, Keith, I'm not. Maybe you aren't. Maybe you simply ask yourself, how much do you want it and how much do you have it to be in a good relationship? Simple question. Pornography. How many blisters do you have on your hands and fingers? Simple question. Alcohol. I love alcohol. I love a good drink. I love a good stiff drink. Bang, I love it. Cigarettes, marijuana, smack, crank, yank, coke. Relationship. Are you addicted to relationship? And are you attracting the same exact partner that you are, who may be having some of the same addictions as you are, be it sex, drugs, rock and roll, crank, yank, spank, this, that, and the other? It's always a mirror image. How are you dealing with your addictions? Food. Chick, dude. Food. The world. Are you addicted to the world? Are you addicted to drama and gossip? It's all an addiction. Well, yeah, Keith, I may be addicted to drama and gossip, but I'm not addicted to cocaine or, well, you can stand on your high horse all you want to try to make yourself feel better about how bad you feel about yourself for being addicted to drama, while someone else's situation is exactly like yours. And you're cutting them down because you think, well, at least I got a leg up. Don't be so high and mighty. It'll make you mental and flighty, which is the reason for addiction. Being mental and flighty. My mind, myself, at least people who are mostly addicted to things mostly, are so in lost is a good word. Lost in the mind, that the mind is looking for something to become, to gratify, self-gratification. It's looking, this is the nearest thing. So that'll do, at least for the moment. But my favorite is that, but that will do for the moment. I understand, because many of my moments are ascending out of that situation into greater possibility. And it's okay. Always know that, at least through this presentation with you, it's okay. No one is judging you except yourself. But I'm asking you to judge how you feel about yourself as you observe what's going on in your life. And when I say judge yourself, I don't mean judge yourself. I mean judge yourself. How am I doing? Am I making conscious choices doing said things? Or am I going unconscious and unconscious again because I'm judging myself about being unconscious and I shouldn't and might? That will never get you out of your situation ever. I don't give a what they teach you, wherever they teach you, what they teach you. You can never get out of the same problem with the mindset that caused the problem. You can't. You have to exalt. You have to raise yourself up without fault. Make that your default, and your greatest result will bring about a new salt. You will become a new pillar of the earth. You have to understand your worth. But understanding your worth has nothing to do with changing what you simply want to play in the arena of being a human being. But you have to understand consciously that there are consequences to every action. Reap what you sow. What comes around, goes around. Karma, whatever you call it. Dharma, whatever you choose. It's your purpose. Tonight is Center of Light, self-fulfillment, addiction. But Keith, I could say I'm addicted to strawberries. Congratulations. Addiction always leans in the negative connotation mode. But we all have these things. Some people are addicted to TV. Some people have many of those things that I've named. Doesn't make you less. Should be shameful, worried. God is going to strike you down. Speaking of God striking you down, most fundamentalists, they're addicted to an erroneous consciousness, an erroneous God, if you will. It's not erroneous to them, but in the grand scheme of things, it's an erroneous being. Actually, it's an erroneous idea because it does not represent the infinite possibility of everything. You can never out-sin. This was given to me. I saw this on a feed today by Sonia Lyra. Listen to this. You can never out-sin God's grace. Never. You can never out-sin God's grace. It is impossible. You take that in, you can never out-sin God's grace. It is impossible. You take that breath of light in yourself, you will stop curving back within yourself that you're upset at yourself about what you yourself is choosing to do. You have one trouble on your hand doing a something. And then when you get upset about yourself doing the something and feeling horrible about yourself for that something, you're throwing yourself deeper and deeper into the abyss. Did I miss something? You didn't, because I just handed it to you consciously, and it's up to you to choose it. Win or lose it. Love song or blues it. For me and all of yous. Let me look in the room, see what's happening. Sana's here, Robert's here. John the Baptist is here, Rena's here. Let me look on YouTube. Dana Trotta's here. Dark Hour Paranormal said, Keith, we're going to be contacting you soon. We want to hang out with you, and I want to hang out with you, and I want to hang out with them. And we're going to do another interview. I love the platform, so thank you. Dolores, let's see what's happening in Facebook. Lynn Marie, hello, baby. Anita Reddering says, I am Elohim, goddess, creator, love, light, magic, love it. Can't all speaking truth. I can't really read the shorthand, so thank you, but hello, Anita. Good to see you, darling. Everyone, Keith Anthony Blanchard here tonight is... Wendy Parker just showed up. Do y'all smell that delicious divine flower? What's that, Wendy? Everyone, Keith Anthony Blanchard here, center of light. Homecoming, crossing the bridge to the soul. You will always dwell here. Everything's backwards, forgive me. It's strange. In this dark stuff. It's okay to be human and to play human. It is. I'm not giving you permission. I'm just telling you spiritual law says it's okay. You're not being judged for it. But when you start choosing to cross the bridge, even out of addiction, by being okay and loving yourself through said addiction versus beating yourself up because of you are doing something that the system has convinced you that you are an addict. And you should feel bad about it. Oh, my family does it, church does it, law enforcement does it, from all this. When you start crossing the bridge and you get to this place that you're coming into the light of yourself. Coming into the light of yourself. Coming. Sexual coming. Sensual coming. A coming together, you and your partner, you, yourself, and the other partner, the partner you have with yourself, is the you that you have been beating up. Come together right now over me. Shout. See? Everything is all in harmony, working together. Whether you choose to work with yourself is what will release you from said addiction that you are trying to become noble and make yourself better, or will throw you yet again into another tailspin. I want to know if you're there. I want to know if you're with me. If you need me, I will never leave you. Never. Never. Just to know you're there. I'll be right back.
I lift you up to your most high. Cherish the time when you walk by. I see you in my life for all time. I've touched your face 1,000 lifetimes. I know the way you talk in rhymes. The breath you take is part of mine. lessons with a friend, another chance to let love in. And in another life, our eyes will meet one more time. I see you in my life for all time. As you float before my eyes, touch my hand, it makes me cry. Just to know you're there. Just to know you're there. As you float before my eyes, touch my hand, it makes me cry. Just to know you're there. Just to know you're there. As you float before my eyes, touch my hand, it makes me cry. Just to know you're there. Just to know you're there. Just to know you're
Welcome back, Cave Dwellers. Good to see you. Lots of action happening on YouTube. I'm glad. Thank you. I want to move my work there. Anyway, recently I was deplatformed, so I'm not a fan of particular homeboy right now. In fact, he went to court this morning. He looked like a deer in headlights. If you're interested in that link, I will send you that link. Either way, welcome to Center of Light. Tonight is Center of Light, self-fulfillment, addiction. I will read shortly all the comments from YouTube, the questions as well. Don't make your quitting of something a struggle. That worsens it. We just talked about that. When you make your quitting of something a struggle, it keeps you in struggle. In fact, you can use your deity. Every time you take a drink, say Jesus, say Baba, great grandmother. Your intention to want to heal will always appeal to those who are willing to help you. I'm going to read you quite a bit. But just know, sis or bro, you can change your reality. by not staying in the same reality. You can't stay in fighting and drinking and smoking and cracking and yanking and spanking, whatever it is you're choosing to do that you are wanting to fix by your decision, not someone else's about your life, by not fighting. And by not fighting, you make the choice simply like this. It's that easy. Until then, you will always stay in the dark and the gray area. Let me read some of these comments from YouTube. Robert says he is obsessed but not addicted. I love it. Dolores, I did say choice. I don't know what you mean by that. Dark Hour Paranormal asked me would I like to come on Friday. As of right now, if you're still here, my friend, my answer is yes. Until I look at my books when I'm done with this presentation. Contact me as soon as it's done or as soon as whatever. And my answer is yes. For now. Mama OG. What's up, Mama OG? Mama OG, you're an addict. I'm not going to be light about it. If it's something you want to share or you're being flippant and funny, that's cool too. I'm here. Dark Hour says, if I'm using a hand cream. Robert says he is seeing purple above my head. Thank you, bro. Rena says, perfect explanation. Dana says, thank you, Yanava. Your shows have helped many. Are you loving and blessed? So let me see what's happening on Facebook. I'm going to keep moving forward. Wendy says, I am happy I'm not here alone. Thanks, dear. She says, I am a trip. All right, let's look at some notes I got from the internet today about addiction. Thank you again for that loved one who is on one of these forums that asked me to do a show tonight about addiction. I am not a physician. I am a metaphysician. The definition of addiction, the fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance, thing. You can be addicted to a relationship. You can be addicted to this, that, or the other. It does not pigeonhole addiction to being a drug user or an alcohol user. Hello, Trisha. Trisha Perkins, she says, first time here. Trisha, if you don't send me a friend request, I'm going to send you one and I'm going to come find you. I'm teasing. In fact, I just sent you one. Hi, Trisha. Everyone, welcome, Trisha. So the definition of addiction is the fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance, thing, or activity. That would be sexual addiction. That would be an activity. A substance would be smack, crack, this, alcohol. Thing would be a relationship. That's a thing. Relationship is a thing. Activity would be sex and this, and so forth and so on. What is addiction? Addiction, not my definition of addiction, the mainstream definition of addiction. We can understand the word addiction. It's not about judgment. It's calling it what it is. Addiction means. Addiction is a complex condition, a brain disease. I'm not going to go against science, medical science, because I'm not a physician. I'm a metaphysician, and I will expound on that, but I'll read it as it is. A brain disease, I'm going to say, in quote, mental disease, dis-ease, a brain disease that is manifested by compulsive substance use despite harmful consequence. Earlier I talked about, it's about consequence. People with addictions, severe substance use disorder, have an intense focus on using a certain substances, such as alcohol or drugs, to the point that it takes over their life. They become a slave to it versus someone indulging in being human. They keep using alcohol or even drug even when they know it will cause problems. Yet a number of effective treatments are available and people can recover from addiction and lead normal productive lives. Not necessarily. You cannot lead a normal productive life by certain treatments. The treatment, regardless of what it is, has to engage and include the fact that one needs to rid themselves of the guilt one has posed upon themselves about self-addiction first and foremost. Otherwise, absolutely zero squat will happen. Take me to court, it doesn't matter. I live in the court of the highest order, which is spiritual law. Now, any model, be it mainstream, that offers what I've offered in this regard will provide healing towards the one they are caring for. You cannot get off a said addiction feeling bad. You can't do it. It's because the feeling bad of it all is what has started the problem in the first place. So now you have the problem, and now you add the feeling bad on top of it, on top of the feeling bad in the first place. So now you have two feeling bads, and they do like this, and they're just going everywhere. It requires one to be okay with who they are, why they are, where they are, and what they are doing to ever take them out of the quandary, to lift them above, to make a better choice ever. It will never happen any other way. It's spiritual law. Here are the addictions that people are used to: alcohol, marijuana, PCP, LSD, and other hallucinogens. Inhalants such as paint thinners and glue. Opioid painkillers such as codeine and oxycodone, heroin. Sedatives, hypnotics, and anxiolytics. Medicines for anxiety such as tranquilizers, cocaine, methamphetamine, and other stimulants. Tobacco. People with a substance use disorder have distorted thinking. Yes, it's distorted. Unless someone is absolutely conscious and making a choice to indulge, engage, and induce behavior and body functions. Changes in the brain's wiring are what cause people to have intense cravings for the drug and make it hard to stop using the drug. It's the brain's wiring. The brain is wired because of the mental capacity or lack of capacity of engaging in distorted thought. And then the brain becomes rewired following the governing factor of distorted thought and distorted choice. Brain imaging studies show changes in the areas of the brain that relate to judgment. Here we go. Judging yourself, decision making, the erroneous judgment going back into itself, learning, memory, and behavior control. These substances can cause harmful changes in how the brain functions. Totally agree. These changes can last long after the immediate effects of the drug, the intoxicant. Intoxication is the intense pleasure, calm, increased senses, or the high caused by the drug. Intoxication symptoms are different from each substance. That is a fact. If you like food, you feel bloated, you feel good. If you like sex, you got off and you feel, and if you like this and that and the other, if you get stoned, you feel high. According to National Institute on Drug Abuse, people begin taking drugs for a variety of reasons, including to feel good. Well, of course, everyone is wanting to feel good. That is the utmost reason. I don't feel so good about myself. I want to escape my miserable life. It's to feel good, to be high. Everyone wants to be high. Deepak Chopra, again, paraphrase, said many years ago, it's a good sign that the world is addicted because it shows that we are looking for fulfillment. Everyone wants to be high. It's our nature to be high, to be up with what we know we are worth ever since our birth, and we lost sight along the way. We want to be high. To feel better, that is, relieve stress. To do better, improve performance, curiosity, and peer pressure. People with addictive disorders may be aware of their problem, but be unable to stop it even if they wanted to. This goes back to they want to change the situation, but they feel bad about who they were in the past, so the situation will never change. The addiction may cause health problems as well as problems at work and with family members and friends. The misuse of drugs and alcohol is the leading cause of preventable illness and premature death. Symptoms of substance use disorder are grouped into 4 categories: impaired control, a craving or strong urge to use the substance, desired or failed attempts to cut down or control substance use. Number 2, substance and social problems causes failure to complete work task, school or home task, social, work or leisure activities are given up or cut back because of substance use. Number 3, risky use. Substance is used in risky situations and settings. Continued use despite known problems. Drug effects. Tolerance, need for larger amounts to get the same effect, right? Withdrawal symptoms, different for each substance. It's a way to escape reality. I'm going to take a short pause. Going to be right back. I am winded. My voice is taxed. I've been speaking a lot. Everyone, welcome to Center of Light. Let me look at YouTube real quick. Robert, I was actually going to write that down tonight. Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. Your lights are on, but you're not home. You're mine, you're not your own. Your heart sweats. Robert, Dark Hour says, I don't believe psychedelics should be included. I agree. I absolutely agree. Yeah. Looking at Facebook real quick. Debbie Schmole says most people become addicts because they don't want to feel their feelings that they perceive as unpleasant. Everyone, Keith Anthony Blanchard. I was deplatformed recently from a social network. So I have to rebuild. Rebuild my city on rock and roll. Build my city. Hoo-hoo! I'm refreshing things. Give me a moment. I'm going to take a short pause. Going to be right back. Going to close out this hour or so of power with you. Centeroflightradio.com. All of my work is moving there very quickly. Marina Govier is building my site. It will have a chat room. We can do this there. I am no longer going to be addicted to social media and put my life foundation on something that is transient. Learned my lesson. I was addicted to it. I got my blessing. And I ain't messing about. I will see you shortly. I'm likely going to go into vessel mode. See what Spirit has always been talking. Spirit is always talking through you, even in your unconsciousness. It's just that in our unconsciousness, we can't hear the language of light that Spirit has to offer through it all. I'm saying I'm going to go in and let Spirit speak because it's a way of describing I'm going to leave what I know is me into something else so everyone could see how, why, when, what it looks like as an example so that you might find and do that yourself. You don't have to do it my way. It's simply about the passion and the intention and the wanting of something that will get us all out of the world of addiction and into the universe that is your divine birthright. I will see you guys shortly. Stick around. Let's see something I haven't played in a while. Lavender Soul, my spiritual band comprised of members of the Memphis Symphony Orchestra. I have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of CDs, and we're getting rid of them very cheaply. Take a deep, fat, beautiful breath. The little boy you see running halfway through is my son. Now he's 15. I'll see you shortly.
Trust that I will guide you in whatever you do. Just remember to breathe and do your very best to live in love, give in love, be in love, and love you shall receive.
All my life I've lived astray, looking each and every way to be what I want to be and see what I want to see and want, knowing God is by my side. There is nothing I need to know. All the wisdom's in my soul. All along I
You are alive. Life is beautiful. Never lose sight of that. My cat is proof of that. She's digging into this brand new carpet like it ain't nobody's business. She's addicted to the idea. No one can change your addiction but you. Some people require a little bit of push and help. I get it. You should pursue that. If that's what it takes for you, by all means pursue that. Her name is Crystal. Crystal. Clear. Crystal clear. Nothing will change your addiction. Nothing. Whatever method you choose, until you're crystal clear. You can't argue with that, no matter even if you're a physician. I'm a metaphysician. I went to metaphysician school for 30 years. I'm a metaphysical brain surgeon, if you will. My point is, I know spiritual law. You have to be crystal clear. And until you do that, my dear, you will always fall off the wagon, as it's said. Such a horrible freaking idea to embed someone's consciousness. I fell off the wagon. Woe is me. I should feel guilty. I've sinned it yet again. Check this out. Speaking of sinning yet again, this came across my feed today. Heather, hey Heather. She says, love the colors on your crystal. Love it, my crystal cat. So this came across my feed today. I feel bad about what I did and what I've been doing for years. It will never get you out of your addiction. So this came across my feed today. Check this out. Delicious. This is me, and then I'll tell you what came across my feed. Many fundamental religious people feel that they are in trouble with God for their lifestyle. Okay, let me back up. Hello, Kim Gary. When I was talking about earlier, you will never get out of your addiction for feeling bad about your addiction because you compound your problem. So in other words, I feel bad because I am the God of my life. I judge myself for what I've been doing. Check this out. Your life is a religion. You do things religiously. You wash your clothes, you use the bathroom, you eat food, you make love to your partner, you go to work. Your whole life is a religion. Many fundamental religious people feel that they are in trouble with God for their lifestyle they have lived, and they continue to drown in their misery to squash their past pain / trauma, present pain / trauma, and what they think they are going to face in the end game with God. So they induce their addiction even more. If you believe that you don't have enough money, some part of you believes in a lacking God. If you believe someone needs to be punished for their misdeeds, you believe in a punishing God. From this, there is no escape. This is what came across my feed today by Sonia Lyra, I believe it is. You cannot out-sin God's grace. You cannot not out-sin God's grace. It is impossible. That being said, turning within yourself, feeling that God's grace was not present when it is, and I just proved it to you, that God's grace is infinite. Even if you're a fundamental religious person, Your mom can't do anything about it. Your dad can't do anything about it. Your preacher can't do anything about it. Your government, no one can do anything about what I'm telling you right here and right now. If you believe that God is infinite and God's grace is infinite, you cannot out-sin God's grace. End of story. You have become liberated in this moment. If you let yourself off the hook, end of story. You can't do it. So it becomes all about you. Now, the question is, what are you going to do? And no matter what you choose, it does not matter. What matters, if this is something you're really wanting to be released from this said problem you think you have, is to simply make a choice. And until then, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Going inside. I'm going to turn up the music. You are all addicted to something. Are you not? TV, video games, arcade games, PSP, PlayStation, sex, food, relationship, the world, drama, noise. It's all noise. When you understand that, it creates a new poise within yourself. It no longer becomes poisoning yourself, because it's about yourself, not what you think you are, but the infinite essential self that you actually are. There is no holds barred. You must release yourself back into the natural wild state of your own spirituality, your own organicness, where you are free and liberated. Maybe you should try some God smack. Smack yourself around just a little bit. Some God smack. Make yourself addicted to that which is the umbrella of everything that can ever possibly be. Open up your artery with your God smack. Open up your aorta with your God smack. Move it into the heart. From the start, if this is your intention, do I need to mention that you no longer need therapy because you are not broken? You may need help or guidance, but don't go sliding into something that becomes nonsensical for the profit. You can become the prophet and profit from this wisdom that is being offered to you now. How? Simply stop being upset about yourself for doing those things that are just naturally coming to you that you call yourself. Now, for those who want to shift into a higher possibility, you have to get into a higher civility with yourself. You have to communicate with what you know as you, that you have been shunning, gunning, and running away from. Creates a whole new possibility of reality and experience, doesn't it? And it didn't cost you anything. Not one single solitary thing. Except to be honest with yourself. And until then, no solution will work. But what was offered and proffered to you is a solution, an evolution, a revolution, and resolution of what you have lost, which is consciousness of yourself. Have all the fun you want. It's allowed. But don't lose yourself in having your supposed fun. Because you may convince yourself that you're having fun and the fortunate one, but you will lose sense. Not only the 5 senses, the 6th and the 7th and the 8th and the 9th and the 12th and the infinite sense of what you actually are. What are you? I will tell you how you can figure out what you think you are. Is by what you think you are. But what you are is not this 75, 80 plus years. If you're lucky, what you are is infinite. So the question simply becomes, what are you infinitely thinking about yourself? That will either open up the gate for you or shut it very quickly. What are your ongoing infinite thoughts of what you think is happening to you? Where you come from? Where you are? Where you think you're going? And beyond the stars. You are not addicted to fucking anything except being happy. However you choose to do that. And if you continue to beat yourself up about your quote problem will grow into a conflagration of disastrous fire, and you will never exaggerate into a space of acquiring something higher. You won't. Don't call yourself an alcoholic when you have quote recovered. Well, I'm an alcoholic. Every time you go to an AA meeting, you call yourself an alcoholic. Well, I ask or offer that you go to a AAA meeting. I accept, allow, and appreciate myself. I accept, allow, and appreciate myself. I go to AAA, not AA, not AA. I go to AAA. I accept and allow and appreciate myself for being myself. And I don't owe myself to anyone else. Let me tell you what's killing you. More than your addiction and your friction. It's your guilt. You release yourself from the guilt of your past and your parents and everything that's happened to you. And yourself, the choices that you have made since you were 18, 19, 20, 21, and started your addiction towards drugs, alcohol, smoking, cigarette, whatever it is. You release yourself from that, then you're released back into the fire. There is nothing else to be said except you made the bed and you simply lie in it. Without judgment, confusion, and contusion, guilt, tilt, you will last forever. So it really doesn't matter. It becomes a question of, in this moment, this magic moment, I with you. It's really that. What do you want? You're loved beyond measure. It is my pleasure to be in this treasure trove with you. What do you want? I just simply want you to be blissful. Whatever that is for you. Center of Light Radio, centeroflightradio.com, Center of Light Radio on YouTube. I'm moving off of social media, so to speak. I know that some of YouTube may be considered social media, not in the regards of what I'm speaking about. Without a doubt, the noise is going to get louder in the world. Are you addicted to the world? Good question, isn't it? It's okay.